And good afternoon. How are you, Renetta?
I am doing great, Tanya. How are you today, this happy Friday?
I am fabulous, doing great. Excited about all the things that are going on around me and about to happen with us, I guess, So just total excitement. And we want to, at this time, welcome everyone with Financial Sins. We have an awesome show planned for you today with some dynamite visitors that are going to be coming in talking about some business stuff, making sure that we have everything in order. So I am Tanya, the insurance professor. Oh my gosh. And I just took my goals down, but Renetta, I want you to know that I am on a mission to get 1,000 people insured, right? And taking this insurance exam. And we just started this goal. So the month of January, we had 10 people. And in the month of February, we had 29. Okay.
That's absolutely amazing, Tanya. And you know how important it is to set goals. As a career coach, I teach that to clients and customers every day. We talk about SMART goals, because you can't get there if you don't have a map
That's
that
you're
you're using to get there. And it sounds like you guys have put together a map to get you where you want to be. You guys are setting SMART goals and you're on a mission to meet them. So I am so excited for you. I am excited about the guest that we're going to have today. This is Women's History Month, and what a great time to celebrate women. All the things that women are doing, what women are doing in business, what women are doing in their personal lives, the goals that women are setting for themselves, and we're out there killing it.
Yes, ma'am. We are out there killing it. Women are just doing some magnificent things. And I am sure these two women that we have today are going to share with us some things to help women get to the next level and do it right the first time. So instead of us wasting any more time, because we can talk and talk and talk.
Yes.
I am going to go ahead and bring in Janice and Miss Edwards. I didn't want to mispronounce her name. Is that Shandon?
Yes.
Shandon. All
Yes.
right. Welcome, ladies.
Welcome.
It's so good to
Hi.
have you. And again, we are celebrating this month, women. I see a banner that's running. Um, and so, hey, tell us who you are and what you do.
Well, hi, I am Shandon S. Edwards, and I am an insurance broker and in finance, as well as I have my own company. It's called Scott's Business Solutions. We were established in 2016, and we are a financial consulting company. The firm works in the areas of business development, fraud recovery, insurance, and finance. I'm also a data contributor for the Federal Trade Commission, as well as I sit on the National Small Business Association Council. Now, with that being said, my company, we can file fraud cases with over 3,000 plus law enforcement agencies globally. We also can file in 65 countries, 180 languages. And we also work very close with the government in making sure that small businesses are recognized and that they can get the funding they need to stay in business.
Wow, awesome. The funding they need to stay in business. All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
So a lot of people are going to be looking for you.
Like, yes. I
Hey,
hope so.
Janice. Janice, go ahead and tell us what you do and who you are.
First of all, I am very honored to be on this platform with you beautiful ladies. And I thank Mr. Murphy for inviting us on this platform today. I'm very excited. My name is Janice Hayward, and what I do, the name of my companies are 3R Consulting Firm, T&J Logistics Services, which is a trucking company, and Next Step Recovery Services. It's a nonprofit. And the first company, what I do with that, I help people with their personal credit. I help them establish companies from ground up. Also help them build business credit lines and then, get funding. And the trucking company, I've been in the trucking industry for probably about 7 years and currently running out of the Savannah area with dump trucks. And so I've talked to I try to advocate for a lot of women that's looking to get in that industry. And I've helped quite a few people start their trucking companies, some ladies. We rock, we rule.
That's right.
Yes, we do.
That's
You will
awesome.
not leave us behind. And then Next Step Recovery, I created that because my background, I'm a retired law enforcement officer out of Florida, and I've worked with various agencies, and it just was not fair that I had to sometime incarcerate them because they didn't have a family support system. They didn't even have money to get an ID, or if they didn't have employment to pay probation, then I had to, arrest them and send them back to prison. And that was just very disheartening. And so this program is designed to help women coming out of incarceration. I feel like there's a lot of programs out there for men, but it's not a lot out there for women. And so, that's what I advocate for. And so therefore they can come to, Next Step Recovery Services to start that next chapter of their lives and hopefully put services in place so that we can, get them connected back into society. So I'm very passionate about that. So those are the companies that I do. And I also have a political background. I've ran for office for a councilwoman in Henry County. And I've also served on the executive board as the second vice chair of the Henry County Democratic Party. I'm devoted to that for life. So you will always see me somewhere working in the community, advocating, pushing, for what's in and what's happening, because we all should be able to be a servant and do our part, because we can't change any laws if we don't get out and vote and participate.
Janice, I really must applaud you. I'm over here, I don't know if you see how hard I'm cheesing, because I am just so happy to have two dynamic women share the platform with us today. And Janice, I must say, as women, we can do so many things, right? We do so many things. We juggle so many different things. Yes. All the time. And you're an example of that. You have 3 businesses that are going, you're passionate about helping others. And I just want to jump in there and say, what, Tanya?
Get it, girl.
Thank you.
Because, we have to applaud each other. Yes. Shandon, we give you a get it, girl. I just wanted to put it out there early because I'm sitting here like, I can't contain myself. I'm over here like, yes, I'm sitting over here like, woo. These ladies are just doing the thing. And want to appreciate you for what you're doing and for, believing in each other.
Yes,
because sometimes as women, we don't encourage and we don't believe and we don't push each other. And it sounds like you ladies are doing just that. And, Shandon, quick question for you. I mean, you're all over the country doing what you do.
I'm global with what I do.
You're global with it. Correct me. You are global with it. That's another get it, girl. You have gone global with what you're doing. What does that mean to be a global company?
Oh my gosh, it's awesome because first of all, I had to learn how to set my computer for the 180 languages that comes my way because I'm in 65 countries. So yes. And the best thing about it is I too have a law enforcement background. I worked for the FBI for several years and the State Department as federal police officer as well as federal investigator. And that's where I got into investigating part of my business, which had to do with fraud cases. And because of that, along with, I also was a facilities manager for a manufacturing company for many years. I saw that, and they were in foreign countries, there was a lot of fraud between what they were doing. And then on the police side, I dealt with a lot of people that was committing fraud. So I just was like, okay, something has got to be done with this. And then I saw a lot of things happening to people where they just don't know that the government has a lot of companies set up. They have a lot of things in place that can help us when we're frauded against. And the general public just don't know because
No, we really
they
don't
don't
know
advertise
what
it.
happens because, we find so many times, we have, identity theft,
Yes.
is a huge problem here in the US.
Yeah.
And I've heard people say, I'm fortunate it hadn't happened to me yet, but I, have had conversations with people who have been subject to identity fraud, and they're like, where do we go to help? Because we spend so much time pleading, that it's not me, what do they do? How can someone like that who is a victim of identity fraud, identity theft, what's some of the things that maybe they could do to find, help beyond the banks?
Okay, because the banks are no help. But first of all, I just want to define what is fraud. Now,
Okay.
according to the government, fraud is identity theft, scams, and bad business practices. So, yes, and then they have they create actual websites, and there is actual companies, federal government agencies that is dedicated to those particular categories, and they have in place where you can file on the federal government level. Because speaking of banks, because you mentioned how you can get frauded through your bank, but banks like to put a 60-day or 90-day stipulation on what happened. Sometimes you don't realize that you were frauded against till maybe 6 months down the road.
Right.
Or you might pay someone for a service and then they are not performing the service. You go to your bank and then your bank telling you, well, you have to deal with the merchant. You have to deal with the merchant. I mean, it's like, how many times we have to hear that? But they do that sometimes on purpose to push you past those dates that they set where they're not going to assist you with the situation. Because one, if a lot of, depends upon the amount of funding that went out, they don't want to get that back. I'm just gonna be honest, they don't, because I'm dealing with that. So what my agency does is, because like I said, we can file in 64 countries. I have links to websites. Federal Trade Commission made me a data contributor, which they gave me my own link for which I can plug into all these different agencies, and I can assist people with practically any case, anything from identity theft to if you had someone who befriends you just so that they can borrow money, you can report them as well.
What?
Federal level. So the federal level, there's no statute of limitations on this federal level either. It could be something that happened to you 4 or 5 years ago. And the federal government is really good at helping you prove your case, because once you get a case proven through the federal government, then that means the bank who told you no, or any other agency or company who told you no, now they have no other choice but to say yes. And then, believe it or not, it links into credit, because if it's something that hit your credit report,
Right.
they have to remove it within 4 days.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. So you first of all, do both of you guys work together?
Yes.
Okay.
I couldn't wait for that question to be asked.
Yes. Yes. So those are the toggle. Yes.
Okay. So you guys work together, and you all have so much information that you ready to share. So let's just start like at the beginning. So because our audience is going to be, on so many different levels here. So if we have a person that is, where do we want to start? Starting a business, or they're already in business, where do you guys want to start? Where is the beginning line of why a person would call either Janice or Shandon?
Can I
Well,
can I say
go ahead.
something? Shandon, can you tell them where and how we met and then go into that, please? I'm just bursting. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because y'all won't believe it.
Oh, y'all
She's
go
like
ahead
my
and share
wonder
that.
twin.
Okay, so
She's
y'all
my
about to
wonder
blow our
twin.
mind.
Y'all blow it.
We are about to blow your mind. We over here off of 21 at the car wash. And I walk in, she was already there. And I like to talk to any and everybody. So, and she was looking nice as usual because she always looked like she going somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was just talking to her and we got to talking and we found out how we had a lot of similarities, especially with our business choice of being self-employed, the law enforcement background, right down to children. It's just incredible how we are. I'm just gonna say we are spiritually linked. For real. It's
Yes.
just incredible
I
how God
love
can
it.
give you a sister that is not blood related, but I mean, she fits right in there. And
All
so
right.
does her kids, her family. It's just wonderful. And so we were just talking, and she gave me her card. I gave her mine. And then I misplaced the card. I was like, oh my God. And then months later, when I needed some information on something, I went back to the same car wash, and the guy pulled back my seat, and her card had fell between the seat and the console down to the floor. I was like, I looked up under there, but there's so many cords, you don't really
Yes.
see it. I told her, I said, thank you. It was the same car wash. I was like, oh my
Yes.
God.
Yes.
So I gave her a call, and we have been just rocking together ever since. I mean,
Yes.
she is a blessing in my life. I tell you, I thank God for her.
Likewise. And it's no competition.
I know.
That's what's so awesome about our friendship and our business relationship. The thing that we are both doing the same thing, trying to serve the community,
Right.
trying to get as much information out there, is just amazing. And so what I don't do, or I'm not, what's not my strong area, she has it in her company. And we bounce and we share and we send those companies
Yes.
back and forth to each other. As long as we're getting them, serviced and goals are accomplished, that's all that matters.
Okay, so again, that is an awesome story, and that's how Renetta and I work too. So it's
Yes.
like, oh,
That's
girl.
why we're just like,
Yeah.
Wonder twins meet Wonder twins. Yay.
All right.
Absolutely.
So okay, so tell us and tell our audience, where does somebody come? When do they pick up the phone and call you?
As soon as they got an idea.
Soon as they-
As soon as
as they get an
think,
idea.
I'm going to open up a business, and I got an idea, and I don't know where to start, but I need a coach. Hey, so when you give us a call, we start off in what is called our business development program, and we assist everyone with creating, and so does our coaches, assist you in creating your business plan. And through the business plan process, we'll work with you on creating a business structure. And there's 3 business structures. So you have to determine if you want it to be a for-profit business, a nonprofit business, or a non-for-profit business. So a for-profit business is a business that gives you income. A nonprofit business is a business that provides like a service or a benefit to the community, and is usually with no intentions of receiving any type of income out of it or profit out of it. Okay, and then you have the non-for-profit business, which is one that people see every day, but they don't realize that's what it is. So those companies earn a profit, but the money goes back into the organization. And the best way to say it is like when you see sports teams, how they have these huge organizations, lots of money going in, ticket sales and advertisement, from the general public, and then you got these advertisers, but it all goes back into the company. And then when they have to pay their staff, they have other means of getting income to pay the staff. So once we get you set up with one of those structures, then we'll help you in obtaining your business license, any tax requirements that you have to meet for your structure, and we assist you with creating documents for your daily operations.
Wow. That is good. That's that all the way down to the finance portion, because that's where most people have the issue, is in the finance. With me doing insurance also,
Mhm.
I have so many self-employed folks, and the one thing that they don't do is their profit and loss statement. So do you help them there?
Yes, that's part of that documentation, and the ledgers that's needed as well. And I got out of doing taxes, but we know some great people that can assist them with their taxes, because that average tax person may not be a business tax person. So they may not know about all the different types of deductions that you can get as a business. And I keep running into individuals who I did my taxes myself and they have a company. And then you call out, well, did you get money for this, this, and this? And they just look at you like with deer in the headlights, like, no. And or they'll say, well, I asked my tax person, and my tax person say, this don't count, this don't count. So you have to come up out of yourself and say, I need the
I need
correct
help.
people.
That's right.
I need someone who really know what they're doing, and call those individuals. And your tax person can be your friend. That's okay. But when it comes to your business, if they don't handle business and they don't have that business training, I wouldn't get with someone who's just coming out of a program unless they know that they have a great mentor who's been around for a while as well. I
All
want
right.
someone who can help my business grow. Like my motto is, we help you start, grow, maintain, and expand. And and then if you decide that on the expansion side you want to do it multiples, we get you there. And
Awesome.
so that's one thing that we want to do, because we want to get you ready for that funding. It's necessary.
Well,
And
we
one
do.
way to do that is credit too. Credit still play. I have a lot of
Yeah.
people ask that question. And that's when I say, hey, Janice, because she is a real good expert on credit.
Okay,
So,
Janice, that's
so
your
go ahead,
segue.
Janice. I'm about to say,
Yes.
so Janice, your part in all of this. So is the
So let's
credit
start with
side?
this credit thing.
Yeah, before I get over into the truck driving thing, but go ahead.
Yes, let's start with the
Okay.
credit thing, because you're absolutely right. You know, I don't think that people understand, there's personal credit and there's business credit,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
do you work on both? So start with personal credit and then take us into business credit, if you would.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to piggyback off of what Shannon said a little bit. Um, how it all starts. Um, a lot of times we run into people, they have some amazing ideas, but nothing in writing, and so from pulling it out of their head and creating that business, all of it can fit somewhere, either on the nonprofit side or the for-profit side. And so now the next step is, when you're talking business, you definitely have to make sure, number one, do you have any savings? Have you set anything aside to, fund your business? And a lot of times they don't. And so then we have to address the personal credit. You ask them what is the personal credit score, they don't have a clue. Okay. And so in order for you to be a successful business owner, it definitely helps for you to make sure that you have your personal credit in line. And so we do that by doing a credit analysis, which means we have, send them, it's like a 13-page report. It actually guts the whole file. The main bureaus are Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. And so we do a complete credit analysis to see what's stopping, their credit score from going up. If there are any negative or derogatory items on there, we dispute those items, as well as add good positive credit lines on there. So as you take the negative off, we put positive on as well to help drive that score. Okay, and that's one separate program. But for the ones that's already have the credit score where it needs to be, and our magic number when you're trying to get funding is around 680 and above. Okay, and so after we do that, now it's time for them to uh, we have a business program that we enroll them in. And what it does is it takes the wandering out, it takes the guessing out. We have some professional YouTubers, and all they do is sit and watch YouTube, and it prolongs their business. So they may have snippets of what it is that they need to start that business, but we have the blueprint. so that your yeses will, your no's will be yeses. So you won't have to guess if you're going to get approved, for this or for that, because we have it all from starting, the first steps, as Shannon said, creating the name. You do your EIN number. A lot of times what they want to do, they just want to start in the middle, and they're leaving out a lot of components. And that's what makes lenders not want to do anything. My company worked on the PPP and the EIDL loans. And when I tell you, it was very disheartening to see companies, hardworking people, but did not have their company structured properly. They could not produce a voided check. They could not produce a bank statement. And so when I tell you from there, thousands of dollars went back to the federal government because they could not produce those documents. And so we want to make sure that you have that company structured properly. Then we move you into business credit lines, and now you're ready for funding. We work with over 300 plus lenders to make sure. I don't care if you are a baker, truck driver, look, a butcher, baker, candlestick maker. We have you covered.
Love it.
We have you covered, and the thing about that is it's funding sources outside of big banks. You got to have all your T's crossed and I's dotted in order to get into the big banks. So we deal with a lot of other type of lenders to make sure, because big banks might give you a little bit of funding, but we try to make sure that you get everything that you need. And I am a product of my own service. I would never speak or teach and educate and train anyone on something that I know nothing about or have not experienced myself. So I went through the very same program, and that's how I was able to finance my first dump truck. 100% financing with no money down. It works.
Get it, girl. Girl.
Yes.
Get it, girl.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is
So Janice, so what I'm hearing, Shannon, what I'm hearing is you guys, you created the method, you tried the method,
Yes.
You know what works in the method, you know what doesn't work in the method, you able to deliver this product,
Yes.
this service to the masses.
Absolutely.
And show them how to get results.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
you guys
Absolutely.
are awesome.
I mean, this is just absolutely incredible. Go ahead, Tanya.
So, then the next step, if you got a dump truck, and we know how expensive that is, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
able to get that type of funding, there are
100%.
so many- yeah,
Yes,
that's 100%.
Did you hear that? Yes.
Yes.
Everybody needs to be knocking your door down.
Yes, and it's about, we do a lot of business. It's very personal. We don't have a large advertising because we stay very busy just on word of mouth, because it's so personal. A lot of times we meet people so broken because they think because their credit score is low that they're a failure. But there is life after everything. After divorce, your credit went down.
Yes.
After sickness, your credit went down. After repossessions and all of that, there is life after.
We're not supposed to shout on the show.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I was all three.
This is not a shouting show, Janice.
Look, I did grow up in the Baptist church. That's what you can recover.
I did too. That's why I said, wait a minute.
Amen.
You can definitely recover.
You can recover.
Yes. So it's a ministry. It's more than just business. And they think we can fix everything from who do I call? My mother just died. What do I do next? You would not believe the calls that we get from our clients. They think we can fix everything. And guess what? We try.
Because you're a woman. You try. There's no doubt about that.
That's what we do.
No doubt about it.
You ladies.
Oh my God.
I don't even know, the next question to ask. I mean, okay, so we've got a dump truck and it's 100% finance.
Yes.
How does that happen?
Well, guess what? By the business program. That's how it happened because I had to make sure that company was set up properly. And it's about people want to see paperwork. They want to see the paper trail.
Right.
You know, do you have your business account established? Do you have your website? Do you have your business phone number? You know, stuff like that. And that's what's so amazing by having that blueprint. And, you know, when it's just steps and this other stuff, you got to set your DOT number up. You know, so it's several steps in there. And what we do is coach on all of that.
Now, Janice,
You don't have to
I'm gonna have
wonder.
to, Janice, I'm gonna have to stop you. Setting up that DOT number, that take like 25,000 months.
No. Apparently you tried.
You know what? We have a bonus for you guys. And guess what? It's not hard for Miss Edwards. It's not hard for her. And so when she's going to tell us some other things, she just gave us some snippets on fraud, and there's some other components with that, how to get some of these grants and how to bid on contracts and all of it's money out there.
It's tons of money.
Okay, so Shannon, this
Okay.
DOT number, like I said, it's taking 25,000 months. So, so can you give us some tips? You know, so where to start? So now, so we understand that now we're going back to you, Shannon, and I'm just laughing about the DOT number because you hear it all the time. You know, you need to have this in order to be in position to properly bid across the state.
Right.
You know, for different types of contracts.
Right.
But my goodness, they got to come to your business now. COVID is over. You gotta have this done. You have to present that. You got to pull this. You have to go back. How many? I mean, tell us about that and what, you know, really what else you do.
Process is.
Mm-mm.
Yes, because
You
you
are
know,
very
I'm
knowledgeable.
like, yeah.
We can put you on our team. Oh, and that's true. Because one of the best ways to make money and to have that longevity is through the government.
Okay.
And government has lots of contracts available. But a lot of people hear that, they see it, you have it, that's advertised in many, many ways, but at the same time, nobody's really telling you exactly how to get it. So
right.
you have to become registered with the government in order to do that. So once you have fully established a business the way the government says, and since I sit on the National Small Business Association Council, we have that guideline with the SBA. We set the guideline, and if your business meets the guideline, then we'll move you into government contracting. We'll get you registered. We'll also get you set up with these, what they call set-aside programs. This is the first time they've ever had this happen where monies is set aside for certain categories. And what we're talking about is if you're a small minority business, a women-owned business, veteran businesses, and if you're a disadvantaged business. And if you're in those categories, then there is funding that's for you, as well as funding for those that are not, because everybody don't fit. But those categories come with certifications, but you have to be registered first. So you get registered, then we set you up for your certifications and get you certified in those categories. And so that companies who want to do business with you, they'll be able to find you. You'll be put into a government system that lets everybody know that you qualified. And so once that has happened, we also set you up with your local states, and you can choose them by region. Like our region, which is the Southeastern region, has like Alabama, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and somehow Ohio hopped on. So, but anyone in these categories, according to the government, because they want prime contractors to give subcontractors, which is the smaller businesses, up to the first 15% of every contract. So they have to look for people in those categories first for up to 15% of the first of their contract. And then if they can't find anyone, or even if they have satisfied that, they can look at
you raising your hand like
general people, the general public. Mm-hmm.
Okay, for the last 20 years, the only thing that I've wanted to do, you know, especially on this side, I'm going to give you my idea. I wanted to do the fencing. every single project that I see around has this fence around it. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to do just the fencing. So to be able to put up the fence, and then all of a sudden, does the fence come down at the end of the project or whatever? I just wanted to be able to do the fencing. I have talked to several of my friends that had that 8A certification and whatnot. I'm like, I just want to do the fencing because it looks like the companies rent the fence. Every time you see a project, they got, rent the fence company name on the thing. And I'm like, so they're renting the fence. There's something that they don't have to buy. They are, and it's got to be up there the whole time. That looks like a moneymaker to me. I just want to rent the fence. I just want to be the one that does that. Can you help me?
Oh, yes, I can help you.
Okay, there we go.
Finally, there is help for you, because what happens is the government has a code where they have multiple codes for every career imaginable, just about. And so they have thought of a lot of codes, and fence is actually there under the construction side.
Yes,
I see you all the time, but you're usually a male, so this could be great.
I don't have that company yet. Wait a minute now. I'm just starting at the idea.
We will take you through the program. That's why I said we got to get you set up, honey. And not only that, through the government has funding that everyone really don't know about. We have our own lenders. SBA has their own lenders that they do business with that'll deal directly with the public. Yeah. That's why Janice was saying the magic number is 680, because that's the number that we set through the SBA as far as your personal credit. Now, don't get it twisted or get upset, but if you are less than a 680, as she said, there is funding for you. Yes. But that SBA funding that can take on big projects that can give you up to $5 million, that's the magic score. And then once you get there, we have lenders that we call prime lenders that will give you for startups. We have grants that comes through just about all of our grant. Just about all of our federal agencies has a grant project or grant program that's attached to them. Well, and so lots of money that's available.
A lot of the people that we have watching, they have small businesses. A lot of them are, health coaches or, I see where Miss Nikki was watching. She is a health coach. So she exercises you, get your body ready for whatever. She's written a book, and she works in the school system, and I'm telling her business. She works in the school system, but she really needs to be out there just doing this because she is able to work with people with all different ages, Then I see where we had Tanya. She's out here. She's been on our show before. She's a wellness coach where she teaches you how to eat. She teaches you how to fix the proper food and diet for yourself and cleanse your body and get your body. So these type of people, is there an opportunity for them through the federal government and being able to get grants and be able to expose their business to the world?
Yes. As I said before, there's multiple codes for almost every career that you can think. Any career that's a legitimate career. And on the SBA side, they went as far as for women, gave them their own set of codes. So when those codes are placed into the system, when we set you up for registration, it'll let all those who are looking for individuals in certain fields know that this is a woman that owns this business. Then there's codes for veterans, and then they'll say, these are veterans. And so not only that same system lets you know as someone that's in the system, it'll send grants to you. It'll send contracts to you. You don't have to chase and run down funding. I just feel for those who say, I paid X number of dollars to this person who told me they're going to get me a grant, and I've been giving them money year after year, grant after grant. And they be like, I have nothing. And I said, well, are you registered? And they look at me and they say, with what? And I'm thinking, somebody has ripped you off. Now I'm going to the fraud end. I'm doing fraud recovery. We're going to help get them from you. I'm going to chase them down to the end of the earth. We're going through these 64 countries, okay? 180 languages. My computer will do it.
Yes.
You
So
speak some
Shannon,
language that we don't know, we got them.
we got it. So Shannon, what you're saying is, and I think this is, I mean, this is absolutely amazing. So people think government contracts. People generally think construction, or, working on the highways, and so that's what the DOT number is for, just construction. But what you're actually saying is, gaining that DOT number is more like just gaining access to the different types of programs that may be out there in the government, in the federal and state
Yeah.
level government.
Yeah, all levels of government, even your local government, the towns have money, because see, the money trickles down from the national organizations to the states, and then they trickle it on down to the different cities, towns, boroughs, or what other titles they have for the little smaller areas that people live in, and that's how it funds. You can walk, like I live in a small town in Georgia. Every time I go into the town hall, because we got almost everything in the town hall, I go see my eye doctor in the town hall, okay? And there's this huge there's this huge area where they've got all these letters up there and notices letting you know, hey, the government got funding for this, the government got funding for that, please apply. So I mean, there's just money everywhere. But the thing is, you don't want to chase it, you want it to chase you. So,
Yes.
like I tell everyone, through the government, it will chase you. Once we get you into the system and put in the right codes, letting people know what your career is, your career choice, your business choice. Not only that, the government is going to approve you. They can send it through. They're going to check your licensing and everything and make sure that you are what they call fit. Once they deem you fit, people who need you, different companies, whether they're federal, even private individuals, look through the government. They're going to chase you. They're going to say, I have this opening, I have this gap right here in this work area, and they will send you bids out. And then I also do bid contracts. So once they come, if you need us to, we can do the bid for you.
Look at these Black women. They
I
so
know,
bad.
just
Okay, so of course it's not free. So what is the cost?
Well, because our businesses are multifaceted, different parts cost different. So it depends upon what you need, because sometimes I may have to pull something from one part of the business and put it with the other part of the business. It's really customized to the individual. So
So they
like
need
the
to be
cheapest
calling you.
thing,
They need to be calling you to customize whatever they need.
Because I say, like, for me and what I do, the cheapest thing I have going is some filings. If someone did a bad business practice towards you and we need to notify certain government agencies, that's the cheapest thing I have going in resumes. Because even some other things that we have, they're comparable with other agencies as well. And not only on my end, the government sets the tone. So because they don't believe in us price gouging, so we get ranges for what we do.
Yes.
And but the thing is for them to just call. Okay. And we do consultations with you. But now Janice got some other stuff that's going on. She can sit up there like she don't know government, but girl, she got something powerful. Go on, spill that tea, Janice.
Go on, Janice. We ready.
tell us, girl.
Y'all ready?
We ready.
Okay. So this is the thing that's going on right now. There's two programs that's going on right now that the government is giving money, throwing money at you. Okay. But once again, make sure you get the consultations that you need to make sure that your company is set up properly, because the government is not going to play with you. If you don't have your stuff together and you're trying to get money and you're doing it fraudulent and you're have doing things, you will be getting a call from somebody. You might end up talking to Miss Edwards in a whole nother area because you've been fraudulent. Okay. All right. So one of the things that we have out right now, it's called the ERC. And what the ERC is the Employee Retention Credit And what that is a payroll tax credit designated to reward business for retaining employees during COVID-19.
Wow.
Right.
The credit was initially signed into law March 2020 as part of the CARES Act. The credit was later expanded upon with the Consolidated Appropriations Act in December 2020 and the American Rescue Plan Act in June of 2021. So that's the legalities, and I just had to read that verbatim so they won't be coming after me. Okay. So now, what does this mean? How much does the employer gets back? Business owners can receive a refundable credit up to $5,000 per employee in 2020 and $7,000 per employee per quarter, excluding the fourth quarter. In 2021, for qualified wages, this can total up to approximately $26,000 per employee. The magic word is that it has to be a W-2 employee in order to be able to get these funds. So unfortunately,
So many of our businesses,
1099
yeah,
contractors, they won't be able to apply and receive these funds for their company. So
right.
that's the bad news. But for everybody else, one thing that we like to do is try to make sure we share as much information as we can. And so now the next one that is very big, it just rolled out last month. President Biden just signed it, and what it is called the Energy Efficiency Program, the Inflation Reduction Act. And what that does is to go into your homes, all of our homeowners. It will help you lower your electric bill, so that you can save on all of your stuff. Okay, so I'm going to tell you some of the things that they're upgrading into your home, and then I'll tell you how can you get those funds that's allotted. And so what they're giving is up to $14,000 in government rebates to upgrade your homes. Okay, and some of the things that you can get with that, you can get your AC done, hot water heaters. They will be doing appliances. That part is not rolled out yet. So when that part comes out, it will be for refrigerators, for stoves, washer and dryers. Even if you rent and have a washer and dryer in your apartment, you'll be able to get assistance with that to upgrade that. Okay, but the appliances, once again, is not out. And I have to say this, that right now, Florida is the state that they're doing the pilot program. So Florida is first. So call everybody that that lives in Florida to have them contact us so that we can come in and do a walkthrough to try to see what would you qualify. Let's see, your breaker box, electrical wiring, insulation in your attic. By just making sure that your attic is insulated, that's going to knock off about 30% of your electric bill, period. And so, and later they will be assisting with the solar panels and all of that. So what this does and how this works is, let's say for an example now, and I got my shoes on, so I can't count my toes of I'm gonna try to count this on my okay. So let me give you a good scenario. We come into Miss Tanya's home. Miss Tanya will meet you, and then we come into your home. We'll take a walkthrough and look at all of the things that you have. And then we'll see the age of it. How old was your AC? When the last time you've had your attic insulated, or if it ever was. And so we'll do a walkthrough on that. And so now I'm going to use the analogy of $20,000. It's a rebate for up to $14,000. So we come in, let's say you need the works, you need everything done. There are two agencies that the government has chosen to be able to give loans, okay? So it's going to be a loan, let's say for $20,000, whether you have, if you have a credit score of about 620 and above, you'll go to one finance company. If your credit is lower than that, then you'll go to the other one. If you have paid your mortgage for the last 12 months, it doesn't matter what that score is, you will still qualify. Okay. So now the 14,000 is a rebate. They're going to automatically get you approved for that $20,000. Hopefully everything works out. And now, so that they're going to do that up front. And now, July 1st, that's when the government is going to be sending a check to you in your name for that $14,000 that you qualified for. Okay, so when you get that check in the mail, we would hope what you would do with that and not go shopping.
Air conditioning.
Yes. Fix your house.
Okay, because I'm a tell. Exactly. No new bags, okay? So you got $20,000 over here that you will not have a payment on for a whole year. Yeah. So this gives you plenty of time to get that rebate in. You got the $14,000. You're going to go and apply that towards the $20,000. Now you're left with a balance of $6,000. Then they're going to say, we're going to still help you out some more. They're going to stretch that $6,000 out for 20 years.
What?
Where are you going to get that from to upgrade all of the things in your house?
Okay, wait. So they give you a loan for 20 and you got to pay back 6. Is that what you just said?
Because you're going to apply, if you don't go shopping, Miss Tanya, you're going to apply that $14,000 to that loan. You're going to send that check in your name over to the finance company that financed you off the top. Okay, so we're going to deduct that 14 from the 20, and then that's going to leave 6. And no payment for a year, and they're going to stretch that payment out for 20 years, $6,000. So who do we need a rocket scientist to say, hey, I don't want my stuff upgraded? Because if something breaks in your house, the AC alone, that could be up to $13,000. So come on, guys.
Yes.
Take the money. Please upgrade your home. And not only that, it's going to knock you down probably way below 50% on your electric bill. That is the plan. That's why they're doing it. So get on board with this.
Amen. And can I say something too? And just remember, because as I said, I'm an insurance broker. A warranty is not an insurance policy. So these warranties are taking your money, but when things broke, it's hard to make them pay. This right here that the government just rolled out, that's a sure bet.
Okay. Yes, absolutely.
So, have they decided when they're going to expand to other states?
They have not yet. Florida, they just rolled it out. We're just in the process. We haven't even been in it for a month. And so they're trying it out. And let me say this. We had one client, he did his the walkthrough last Tuesday. They called him on Saturday to install all of his products. So it's very fast, it's very quick. He had to tell them, I'm not ready, and scheduled it for the following Tuesday. That's why when they give you that loan, that upfront money,
oh my goodness,
it's very fast. So you're going to be taken care of. So please reach out to us, our Florida people, so we can get you set up to talk with someone and come in and get your stuff upgraded.
Amen.
Please, our time.
Look at Miss Renetta. What, you in awe, right?
I am. I'm in awe. I'm so excited. I'm over here like thinking. I know when Tanya and I got off this line, we have so much to talk about. You guys know you'll be hearing from us because we're over here like, I'm trying to look at her eyes. I'm thinking she's looking at mine.
Yeah. So we have your numbers rolling across the bottom. So yes, number one, you all just heard an awesome program for the Florida area. So at least be able to reach out to your Florida families and let them know what's going on and pass their numbers on. Please pass their numbers on so that we can help people become, have their energy efficient. Yes. So ladies, this has been so awesome today. And we definitely look forward to having you, come back and spread some more of this good news. We did not get to talk about the trucking program that you have with those that are coming out of incarceration and so forth. Renetta and I used to work at Chatham County Jail doing the GED program and job skills training. So we understand the importance and, of what they need once they come out. We totally get that.
Yes.
And having something like that going on is awesome. But ladies, we are going to definitely, hopefully everybody that hears this later on, if you all hear the show later, make sure that you put your comments in so that we can connect you to Shandon and Janice. Put replay, repeat, or whatever, so that we know that you didn't catch us live, you caught us later, and we will definitely pass information on. We're going to be talking with you again, possibly trying to get you back on so that you can spread the rest, all of that stuff that's in your head and the things that you all are doing. So again, we're going to have to say the words, get it, girl, because
Get it, girl.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so very much.
It was a
So
pleasure.
as we go
Having us
out,
on.
as we go out, we introduce ourselves and say who we are, and then tell people to have a good day. So we're going to go ahead and let both of you take us out. Say your name and what you do, and have whatever message you want to put on the end of that.
Okay. Oh, go ahead, Shandon.
Oh, okay. I was saying, you go ahead.
Okay, so I'm Janice Hayward, and once again, the name of my company is 3R Consulting Firm. You can reach me through the web at 3R Consultants with the S on the end .net, and or you can call the office. And remember, the ERC is anywhere in the United States. You don't have to wait for that. Just call us, and we have lenders waiting to help you and advisors waiting to help you get energy efficient. Thank you.
And I'm Shandon Edwards. The name of my company is Scott Business Solutions. I am in the United States and in 64 countries. So if you have a situation in a foreign country and you're not sure if we can help, just call anyway. And my number is on the bottom of the screen. And as far as my website, it's in progress because I'm dealing a lot with the government. Once you guys see it, the government is right now, they got control over it. So to make sure that everything is accurate. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys.
Yes.
Ladies, it has been an amazing day, an amazing show. The wealth of information that you have between the two of you is incredible. And we absolutely thank you for sharing your knowledge with our viewing, watching, listening audience today. I'm Renetta Gardner. I'm your career coach. I say, make it a great day. Take us out, Tanya.
Hi, I am Tanya Scott Pilcher, your insurance professor, and it has been awesome. And what I always say is live life like there is no tomorrow.
Yes.
But I'm going to also end with get it, girl, because you
Get it, girl.
got it going on. And thank you so much for being here with us today. And on behalf of our co-host, Anthony Murray, we'll say thank you for the invite and bringing these ladies in and on. And I'm sure we'll see him next time. You all have a blessed day.